Hello, Harjat. Good evening to you. As said in the title, I'm just walking to Eglington Station. I was visiting a friend in a very, very nice, beautiful area, may I add. So I'm just going to Eglington and Yonge and taking my way back home, and I will be ending at that point, so it won't be a very long stream, but I'm rarely in this area, so I figured I might give a little glimpse of it. Got some very high-end stores along the way here. Seems like a store that only the rich can go into. I don't know how practical it would be if you're living in a one-bedroom apartment to have accessories like that. And of course, very eye-catching sight itself. It's the Eglington Theatre here. Elementary Teachers of Toronto. Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by that, but obviously it must be about the subject. But is it a movie? It's a documentary? Your guess is as good as mine. And the Burrito Boys, not to get them mixed up with... Oh, sorry, Burrito Bros, not to get them mixed up with Burrito Boys is what I meant. I almost thought it was them with the new font along the way here, but... And of course over here is the famous Oliver's. We've seen enough commercials with this guy. You know, he makes funny little parody commercials. He does like music with it, and he dresses up. You can't say he's not a good entertainer. Would I trust him? Hell no, but he does make me laugh with his commercials. My foot's getting a little bit better. Walking a bit faster. I'd say in about a couple days or so it should be pretty close to being fully recovered. Start to go literally downhill from here. Hey Kurt, Baby Bear is live. That's gonna be the next fad next to Pad Thai. Glad to see you here, man. Going up, well, I guess downhill, technically a very upscale part of Toronto. I visited a friend's place. It's funny because I live in a place that's, I live in a room in the bottom of a house. So it's like not even like a bachelor apartment. I pay $800 a month for those that have watched my video about that. And the person I just visited has a huge 2-story house to herself in this beautiful, beautiful exterior, interior house with more space and bathrooms you can imagine. And because she has connections with the owner, she's only paying $1,000 a month, and I'm paying $800 a month. So it's insane to think with the $200 more that she's paying that she has a luxury palace to herself. But I can't say I'm not happy for her. We should all be so lucky. Someone was to rent that house by themselves, easily $4 or $5K a month, if not more, especially in this area. So yeah, we should all be so lucky. Yoshi's overreaction on pad thai cracks me up. Yeah, that was a funny thing is when that whole discussion was going on, that's when Prism sort of kicked it on me, and that was one of the few times I was not able to see the chats, which is kind of unfortunate because I was kept out of the loop. But if I really wanted to go back into the archives, maybe I could look it up. But thankfully, Prism has been on its better behavior. Dama, hello, welcome. But yeah, I'm entering pretty much Strides Land. And yeah, very, very nice upscale area, without question. I was actually contemplating what places I might get food from along here, but my host had a lot herself, so I didn't need to worry about that. One of these places I was looking at was, of course, Pizza Hut, and then I see the Burger Shack next to it. And if you look in the distance here, you can see the CN Tower somewhat in the background, pretty much in the corner of the two intersecting set of streetlights on opposite sides. I love it. Hello, Mark Davis. Absolutely. I hope all is well with you as well. I'm just having a nice, relaxing stroll home. And Alicia Land too. Yes. Welcome, Alicia. Yeah, fair enough. Very fortunately, you mean. Legends share the same lands, right? I still want to know how that pizza party in Yoshi's driveway went. Let me see the Rio Can Center above. And when I lived in Kingston, a lot of, I think 2 or at least 3 different sets of malls was run by Rio Can. And shout out to Kingston. Lived there 3 separate times. The one I remember the most is vividly right towards the highway. The one that I would always take to get back to Toronto and back, so. I'm down for pizza any day of the week. It was funny because I was thinking of going to Papa John's because that's kind of down the street where I was going to meet my friend. And like I said, if that would have been the backup plan if the host didn't have food. But I was really, really eyeing Papa John's for quite a while. Like looking up the menus and whatnot, and then, But there is a Papa John's not too far from where I live. And now that it's been implanted into my brain, I'm, should I pick one up? This is a person that's telling himself to go on a diet. Look how well that's going, eh? We got I almost thought that was a library, but it's a funeral home. It's kind of a morbid twist, but again, I'm not very familiar with this area, so I'm just kind of exploring as I go along. Yeah, Alicia, I think Kurt and I were talking about pad thai pizza. Maybe with some shrimp. Tuna's excluded though. But if you're gonna go full out insanity, I guess there really are no limits. This Sunday to what, Alicia? Yoshi shouldn't be knocked out from his own place, but sometimes if things get too crowded, who knows? Kurt says, it'd be funnier to show up at Yoshi's with him tired. Yeah, I haven't really seen Yoshi tired. I'm always a tired one. He seems to have a endless amount of energy. Oh, the parade, yeah. I don't think my schedule has been planned that far in advance. So I think I'll let you know in the DMs, but I really want to attend that so bad. As I said in previous streams, it's a lot. I want to see, not only like for coverage, but like I never really attended them much since I was a kid. So always nice to see. Yoshi gets grumpy just when he's doing anything. The Ottawa Wanderer. That's all I can read there. You're new here. Well, thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for checking out my channel. Hope you're having a good night. And I'm doing pretty well. Just heading along a cold, almost winter night, and head back home. I will, Alicia, for sure. Kind of see the clouds in the distance there. Kurt, I was actually thinking about that. It wouldn't be really authentic, but it could be doable. Like we wanted him to be in an episode of the Yoshi Walker channel, but time was just too strapped. We were doing too much during the Triple T meeting. So yeah, you never say never. Time will tell, I guess. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love walking along Eglington. It's quite the upscale from where I live. I'm gonna keep this going another 5 minutes. I was gonna give it a 20-minute life, and I didn't think there'd be this many viewers, so I'm gonna keep continuing to walk along Eglington, and then I'll just swing back around when I'm done. Thank you everyone for being here. Oh, you saw a Blue Jays game. That's awesome. The Ottawa Wanderer. I saw one about a year and a half ago. Early in the season. Hey, Kevin. No worries. It was a pleasure to have you in my video. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Bob has mentioned that towards me. It's a matter of like getting time off from work and you know, make sure my cat has a place to stay in, and many variables. But yes, I want to make some great content in upstate. So heads up, that will be happening hopefully in the near future. It's been a long time since I've even been out of the country. So keep your eyes open, your notifications on, and you will see. Let's look up here. Oh, cool. Yeah, nice. Ottawa Wanderer. I watched a Jays game myself after seeing the Leafs about 2-3 weeks ago. The Leafs won, which was great. I think they were facing Buffalo. And after that, respectively, there was a Jays game. They unfortunately lost, but you know, it was quite a long game. It was almost 3 hours long. So I just stayed with my stepmom, and we had free service, free popcorn, hot dogs, beer, nachos, all that fun stuff. So pretty awesome night, to say the least. Kurt asked Kyle, what's my cat's name and social insurance number? Well, I can tell you his name. His name is Richie, but if I gave you his SIN number, I'd have to kill you. So that is classified, documented information. But I will say one thing. He loves salmon and tuna mixed with mayo. Without mayo, no, fuck that. But he is an avid fan. So there's some inside information for you. Non-stop food anywhere sounds great to me, Kurt. Keep it coming. Well, besides, you know, certain buffets, you know, we went to Spring Sushi. Well, Alicia, if she's still in the chat, along with Yoshi and Maddie, who's new in the game. And subscribe to Maddie if you haven't already. He's moving up really fast. It's almost doubled my amount of subscribers, actually. And he used to be an actual tour guide in Toronto. So it's Tourano. And he's a great presenter. Knows a lot about what he's talking about. And please subscribe to him. So let me go around the corner here. It's gonna probably be a long corner just to extend the video for you lovely, beautiful people. And I'll be cutting it down after that. I'm probably like not too far from you, Alicia. I'm just passing Yonge and Eglington. I'm gonna swing around down here before I go back. Sorry, I'm like kind of lost in the chats here. I don't know who to reply to in sequence. Too bad they lost. Yeah, that was very devastating. Yes, Eddie would be great to interview, and he's definitely on the list. It's a matter of getting a hold of him. Okay, I'm looking at chats I've missed like 5 minutes ago. The Ottawa Wanderer, yes. I think you're new to the channel, so again, welcome. Whoops. Yikes. Game 7 was just such a tease, you know? I have another word for it, but I'm gonna try to be family appropriate here. Yeah, I have a plan to do a live stream with Maddie on Thursday in Bloor West Village. So hopefully that works out. All right. I could enter here, but how fun would that be? Start with a kidnapping. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on that one. If you do it discreetly. I'll kidnap some kittens and bring them all home with me. I don't even know what street I'm going towards. Sudan. Yeah, I'm pretty new in the game, the Ottawa Wanderer. Both Johnny and Ken know who I am, but I'm not too involved with them where they would need to message me. I'm humbled anyways. I'd be pretty hard to kidnap. Picking up a 220-pound, 6'3" beast would be kind of like I don't know, use a magnet or maybe one of these lifts here. You could probably lift me up with that. So Alicia seems like she has some devious plans. Meow? I don't know. Well then. Alright, I'm gonna be swinging around here. There's a Mandarin sign, which is a little unusual. Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. There's a Mandarin around here. In fact, I was there a few months ago. That's how well my brain's working right now. Entrance to a parking way here, so you are smart, Alicia. Yeah, it's great. Like, I was interviewing a lot of people in our circle, and like I said, about a year and a half ago, I was just kind of this guy watching all these other people and loving their content, and suddenly a year and a half later, I'm interviewing some of them. So it's really awesome. Please check out Alex's interview if you haven't already. He was one of the first I checked out, actually, right after Johnny and Ken. Kurt says, Kyle, have you ever been to a shawarma spot called Flaming Stove by Davisville Station? That doesn't ring a bell to me, Kurt, I gotta say. Thank you, also, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, maybe people should get to know these walktubers, streamers that they follow a lot, you know, so. The Ottawa Wanderer says, there's a lot of violence in Ottawa in our circle, unfortunately, hence I stay away for now, yeah. Well, that's not good. I actually lived in Ottawa for about 6 months. Kind of on the outer skirts, so I lived in a section called Orleans. So I didn't see too much violence there, but hope everyone tries to keep safe. I can tell already it's a cop car coming towards me. Well, actually, no, it's a TTC security sort of SUV. They both have those, you know, siren lights on the top, so. And I hope I went the right way. Kind of a little curious about where I'm walking to right now, but I guess I'll find out soon. Sorry if I'm missing some of the chats. I'm trying to like navigate, and plus I have a sprained foot, so I'm like, my eyes are like 75% of where I'm going and not so much on the chat, so. Kurt, if you're ever around, I would be more than happy to interview you. There's a bit of wind. It's quite the chill. I think we're about 2 degrees Celsius. The temperature has really dropped, so. You're asking the wrong guy, Mark. If there is, I'll believe it. Sorry, I'm like scrolling through chats while trying to walk and not trip. So I'm about at the end of my video anyways. In fact, instead of going there, I'm going to go in here. Sorry guys, I know this is a short one. The Ottawa Wanderer says, I was in the newspapers galore back in May. Well, that's cool. Don't we all want to be in the papers? But I want to thank everyone for watching. I need to enter the station and go back home. So I hope everyone has a good night. Yoshi, you're just in time to see me signing off. But I hope you're doing well. 6 hours of driving for Yoshi. Oh, wow. Well, have a nice sleep, man. And have a nice sleep to everyone else. Nice to meet you as well. The Ottawa Wanderer. Alicia Lewis, Upstate. Again, Upstate Bob and Yoshi are just in time to see me leave. Sorry, guys. But I really need to hit the station and probably the bathroom eventually, too. So, hope everyone has a great night. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Walker out.